Hi there, Peter Switzer here with the money news that could make you richer or poorer today. And it's sneak preview time with Donald Trump showing us the tariffs that could be hitting not only Australia, but the rest of the world. Let me say to you, the actual revelations from Donald Trump on what tariffs will come, not on July 9, he's giving an extension till the start of August. And it gives a lot of countries a chance to negotiate down the tariffs that he's imposing, but Wall Street did not like the news. The Dow gave up something like 422 points. That's 0.94%. S&P 500 down 49 points. And the tech-heavy NASDAQ, which has companies like Tesla, Meta, Apple, and the like, it was down 0.92%. So what's scaring or spooking the stock market this morning? Well, try this. Japan, South Korea, Malaysia, and Kazakhstan copped a 25% tariff. Laos and Myanmar, who would have thought they're going to get 40% duty, and South Africa will cop a 30% slug. Now, this actually sets up the world economy for, well, how are the big ones mentioned there, like Japan, South Korea, how are they going to react to this? And then EU was promised a 50% tariff unless they started negotiating, and they're doing that right now. But all this uncertainty is not good for stocks. The good news for us is that Australia looks like is only going to be hit with the 10% tariff that was mentioned on Liberation Day in April too. I call that clobberation day because the stock market did not like those tariffs. The reaction overnight hasn't been as great, but there is this kind of feeling that if the retaliation from the other countries ends up being bigger than expected, that could really rock stocks. Uh, Interestingly, for Australia, the US Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent said, and I love the fact he used this term. He said countries will boomerang back to the April 2 tariffs by the start of August if they have failed to negotiate with Washington. Now, what's interesting is there's also been 100 letters sent out. And if you get a letter that basically says, negotiate on tariffs or you'll cop what we promised on Liberation Day. Fortunately, Australia has not got a letter. The Prime Minister was kind of hitting that about that last week. So we're not expected to get anything more than the 10% tariff that was imposed on Liberation Day. Sure, steel and aluminium parts, they cop a 50% tariff. That's what we call sector tariffs. And then you've got other areas like automobile parts, they're cop about 25% tariff. There's going to be a whole range of little tariffs for various sectors, but basically Australia is getting off a lot better than people were worried about. Now, meanwhile, other big news, Tesla's dropped about $68 billion in market value overnight. It's a 7% fall in share price. You know why? Because Elon Musk has decided to start his own political party, and it's going to be called the America Party. I reckon they're going to have a cap, like the MAGA cap that Donald Trump has, which means making America great again. I think Donald's sparring partner, Elon Musk, will probably have a cap with MACA on it, and that will stand for making America crazier again. So to wrap up, our market that is not going to start like the implication of the tariffs mentioned. They've spooked Wall Street. Our market is expected to open up 43 points lower at the start, and the Aussie dollar down under 65 cents, so at 64.95 US cents. And that's showing you that the market is not comfortable with the tariff pressure that's going to be applied between now and the start of August. That's a wrap up for this morning. I'll see you tomorrow morning. Have a great day.